Scenes like this one in Jamaica have not gone unnoticed here in Brussels.
So come the man them start beat him now and run in our house, I end up finding the role of them in there. Who not lie down and kiss them one another, who not play in a oofa ear, three of them run out and two of them get beaten.
Alleged homosexuals being forced to flee their homes because of their sexual orientation. Jamaica is known across Europe as a very anti-homosexual society. The head of the Caribbean division at the European External Action Service admits that this is a concern for Jamaica's largest provider of external aid. Kaneal Gayle tells CBM that the European Union has on a few occasions raised the issue of human rights for homosexual Jamaicans living on the island with the successive governments.
When I spoke about human rights, I simply said that human rights is one of the topics that we deal with in political dialogue with every single country in the world. We exchange views on all topics, and these are always quite frank and very, very useful.
However, the EU official was quick to point out that despite the concerns raised by Europe about Jamaica's discrimination towards gays, the issue will not affect the disbursement of aid money to the country. Kaneal Gayle says there is no direct link between the granting of aid to Jamaica and the civil rights for gays and lesbians. The EU Caribbean head says while the group tries to encourage its partners to facilitate basic human rights for all through diplomacy, the organization will not withhold money for political purposes. However, he says that Portia Simpson-Miller's insistence during the leadership debate last year that homosexuals would have an equal opportunity as heterosexuals to be a part of the country's cabinet was a positive step.
Respect of human rights, universal human rights, is a very important element for the European Union, and we can do nothing less than applaud and encourage any movement which goes in the direction of the respect of human rights.
Meanwhile, another European Union official points out that countries which cannot show that enough effort has been invested into protecting minority groups such as homosexuals may see an adjustment to the conditionalities set out in the grant agreements.
We are very much inclined to apply a kind of human rights conditionality in all our bilateral agreements with our partner countries. We include always in the preamble political conditions which needs to be met in order to be eligible for receiving European aid or European assistance.
So as the Portia Simpson-Miller-led administration in Kingston ponders a conscience vote on the Buggery law sometime during this administration, EU officials here in Brussels will be paying closer attention to Jamaica's human rights achievements when they next meet to decide the allocation of grant funding. Reporting from Brussels, Belgium for CBM News, I'm Kaneal Gayle.